on Amazon Prime and Fox's Tubi TV. I hang out with some awesome chefs, and they feed me, and you can find out what they feed me. Yeah, cool. Anyway, I have a fantastic guest today. She's a Michigan, she's a Michigan-based pastry chef whose viral desserts lead to over 65,000 home-based bakers to make tasty and beautiful treats confidently. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about some pastries with Jasmine Mitchell. Hi, Jasmine.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
I'm so excited to be here.
Thanks for being here. I'm super excited because I love desserts. And you make them.
Yes, and I heard, and you said that people feed you lovely desserts, so I'm ready for it.
Oh, they feed me all kinds of things, but dessert is usually my favorite, unfortunately.
Awesome.
Bad, but so good.
So good. I always say people come to parties to see the dessert. They yes, the food is one thing, but the dessert is another, so I completely agree with you there.
Touche. How did you find your passion for pastries?
Well, it didn't come immediately. I was on maternity leave with my daughter, and she was the most awesome baby ever. And I got bored and was like, hey, let me make a cake. And I made a cake. The taste was good, but it looked terrible. And I was like, how do people do this? No, it was horrific. Like, I look at that picture now and I'm like, thank you for what I came from. And when that happened, I just decided, I put in myself, I am going to make this dessert happen. I'm going to learn how to create like a masterpiece. And I just practiced after that. Thank God for YouTube University and Google. And I also went to some classes, and that's honestly where the passion came from. I wasn't a huge dessert person at first, and now I am, because I just fell in love with it the more I got to know about it.
What was the first cake? What flavor was it?
It was a 7-Up pound cake, but I made it like the mini one. So the taste was good, but when I tried to decorate it, I was like, I want to do like the drip, like the chocolate ganache like everyone does. Yeah, I just got chocolate melts and just did it in the microwave and poured it. So it got super hard, and it was just like solid. And I threw sprinkles on it. Oh, it was, I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, how do they do this? Yeah, it's a whole situation.
All right, so what's the last thing you made?
The last thing I made, I just made a baby shower cake. It was 2 dozen of cupcakes and vanilla cake with raspberry and lemon compote in the middle with vanilla buttercream frosting. And it was delicious. Yes, it was way different than the 7-Up cake, right? But
We've
now
come a
I'm
long
fancy.
way.
You know, I'm fancy. I'm making the compote with it, you know? So yes, that's what I made. It was so delicious. It's so good.
Very nice, very nice. I'm not a baker, so I fail. I fail at all things baking. I can cook, but because baking is so much science, really, you know?
I was just talking to someone about that yesterday. They were like, I can cook, but baking? And I'm like, just stick with the foundation. Just stick. You don't want to mess up the eggs. You don't want to mess up the baking powder and the baking soda. Mm-hmm. Keep that together, and then you could do everything else. You could put all your flavors in it, you know, put the extra cinnamon in it. But when you try to go on the extra eggs and the extra baking powder, yeah, that's where the science experiment goes left. And I learned that multiple times. I was like, what the heck is this? So
exact measurements are key. It turns out that like when you know, like measuring flour isn't that easy, right? Because you need a cup of it, but like, is it the pack down cup or is it the fluffy cup, or like, what kind of cup of flour do I really need?
Exactly. I learned that quickly as well. I'm like, man, what's going on? It tastes kind of battery up in here. What's going on? What's in my mouth? But yeah, they're like, oh, you can't pack it. You got to smooth it over. And I'm like, okay, this is getting out of hand. But I've learned that with some recipes, you can mess with that just a tiny bit, but not all of them.
No.
Exactly. It's only a little bit of wiggle room.
Nice. So you're hanging out in Michigan. How's Michigan?
It's Michigan. It's Michigan, if that's a word. We had an ice storm last night. So a lot of people's power's out right now. And just working towards that, I also help with, I manage as well senior property, and their power's out. So right before this, I had to go over and help them. And they don't know when the power is going to come back on. So right now we're just looking at natural light coming in. It's no power around here right now at this very moment.
Oh, we look great.
Hopefully the power comes quick. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So it's a winter wonderland up there right now. I haven't seen.
Yes, it's very pretty, but
But it's like
it's pretty, but
ice palace. I haven't seen an actual ice storm in years because I'm in Savannah. But back in Ohio, we'd have them regular, and it was like our favorite thing as kids just to go outside and be like, oh my God, look, like, because all the plants are just like covered in these crazy, like, ice palace looking stuff, like.
Yes. I was telling you earlier that I'm originally from Miami. So I've probably only experienced this once. And this time it's worse than the time before a couple of years ago. And the ice on the branches is so thick. And I'm like, it's so pretty, but my tree's down in front of my house. Like, it's pretty, but it's on the floor.
Yeah, that'll.
And when you walk, it's just like crunch. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So it's Michigan. It's Michigan.
I'd like to say I miss it, but I don't know that I really miss it that much.
You don't. You're in Savannah. You don't miss it. No, don't do that to me.
It's pretty outside right now. So you got a bunch of followers. You're showing people how to make the desserts. How'd you get into that and roll your passion into to the rest of the world?
Well, if I tell you it's easy, it was not. I was at the very 500, 1,000 point for a very long time. And was just like, please, let me just get to 2,000 followers, please. But I stayed consistent. I, no matter what, posted videos, posted pictures, and the community would constantly grow. But then one day I decided to make a peach cobbler pound cake. And that's kind of out of the norm because you just have a peach cobbler or you have a pound cake. And I decided to fuse those together. And it was this ultimate deliciousness. And I just posted it. I posted it, put my phone down, mind my business, kept it moving. And my phone just kept ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, what is going on? And it was from the video. And so right then I learned what my my followers in the community enjoyed. And they love seeing like those really outrageous lashes, desserts, and just not something that's normal. Something that was out of the norm. And it's like, let me see more. And I made sure the next time I filmed, show the smoke coming up, so you can literally smell and taste the dessert through the phone. And after that, I just didn't look back. I was like, all right, this is what people want to see. Because before I was posting my cakes, my custom cakes, and my mom, she was the one who told me, she was like, I'm just going to be honest with you. I love watching your custom cakes because it's therapeutic when you watch it, when you see it get made, but I'm going to like the pound cake more because it's more accessible. I can do that. I can't scope a cake. So that's when the light bulb went on. And I said, you know what? You guys are going to get both things. I'm going to teach you how to make these traditional desserts right in your house, but then you're also going to get my custom because I've learned too much and worked too hard to get to this level for you not to see what I can do. So you're going to get all spectrums of the dessert community.
and just been rolling ever since, huh? How
Just been rolling.
How is that? How is a peach cobbler pound cake? I've never had one of those, and that sounds delicious.
It is. So the pound cake is no, it is. I'm not a fan of peaches like that, but the peach cobbler pound cake, oh my goodness. So it's a vanilla pound cake, and for the ingredients, I add cinnamon and nutmeg in there. So just imagine a vanilla cake with cinnamon, and it just feels like home and cozy and fall. And then I put the peaches on the stove and simmer it and put the juice over and lay the peaches out and put in some brown sugar, some more nutmeg, and some icing. Whoo!
Yeah.
Slice that up real nice, and you got to eat it when it's warm. And you can add some ice cream on that if you want to. But, you know, like you said, that's bad. No, I know people that add ice cream to it. It tastes so good.
Peach cobbler pound cake a la mode. Yeah, I'm 100% in on that. That sounds like it sounds like a real Georgia dish too, actually.
So you get the cobbler, you get the cake, and you get the ice cream. You can't go wrong with that.
You can't go wrong. No, you can't.
You can't.
Man, I'm gonna have to find that recipe from you and give it a go.
Yes.
So, were you around baking a lot as a little girl? Did anybody in your family like bake or inspire you? Or is it all just that one messed up pound cake and you're like, I'm doing it?
The one messed up pound cake, but I would say my grandma used to make cakes here and there. But not crazy, you know, just for like parties and everything like that. But it just came. It was just that one time. I'm the person that if you put a challenge in front of me, I'm gonna win. I come from a competitive family, so we don't take no for an answer. We're gonna try until we get it, and that's honestly where the passion came from. Yes, my grandma used to make cakes and stuff like that. And I remember licking the spoon, you know, from the batter, but. Other than that, this far, absolutely not. Like, we always talk about it. Like, where did this even come from? Because none of us did this. And I'm like, I was just determined to get that cake. And then somebody tasted it, and it was, after that, it was over. The family was like, oh, you do the dessert. And then the family let the church people know. And then the church people let their friends know. And then their friends let other people know. And it just blew up.
Bravo. Just fell into your passion. I love it.
Yes, really did. It really did.
So a lot of people have, you know, difficulties with their social media and building it. So how do you interact a lot with your followers? How do you maintain the connection? Can you just give us some advice on running and maintaining all that?
Absolutely. I always tell everyone, someone needs you out there, no matter what. You may not think so, but someone needs what you're doing, right? We always look at YouTube. We always Google something. And, how do I cut grass? How do I fix my sink? How do I bake a cake? So no matter what, someone needs your niche of whatever you're doing. And with my followers, even when I had 2,000, I asked them, what do you want? What would you like to see? Of course, back then, it has changed a little bit than what it is now. And I make sure that I'm in constant communication with them, any questions they ask, because people want to feel like they have a relationship with you and want to feel like they could connect with you. I've seen when I did not respond to something, and it could be just life in general. Like, I just wasn't able to get on social media like that for 2 days. And you get the negative comments sometimes, or, hey, are you there? I asked you a question 3 days ago, you know, and it's just being available for people. Sometimes you're not going to be there because you have things, life happens, but just engaging, just trying your best to be there, answer their questions. And that's how I've maintained the J. Carmel community, is just being present for them. And if I'm not, I apologize. I was doing this. How you doing? What is it that you need? And just being available. Customer service. You have to have customer service even on social media.
There you go. I've never thought about it like that before, but that's a great way of putting it.
Yes. So just like customer service in the store, it's the same thing over social media.
Good advice. I mean, it's because it's your own little business, right? Like it is your marketing. It is you selling yourself, and if people are interested, we gotta keep up with them. So it's changed a lot. Where did you start on Instagram, or where did you start at?
No, I did start on Instagram. Me personally, I love Instagram. I also have Facebook. My followers are slim on Facebook, but my engagement is slim on Facebook. But can't be perfect in every single area or have every single area to 100%. But Instagram is that's my dog. I'm there. We're here together. And I just love Instagram because a lot of things are on there. Like you can find anything on Instagram to me. And the engagement is much better. But people say that about Facebook too. And no shade, no foul to Facebook, but Instagram is my jam. I love it.
You haven't rolled over to TikTok yet?
I put one video up on TikTok and I forgot my username and passcode, so I haven't been able to log back in. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to create a new one. But yeah, I tried. I did. I posted one video.
They're just stealing all our information anyway.
Everybody.
YouTube Shorts. If are you making reels?
So not on YouTube Shorts yet, but I do have YouTube because 2 years ago, I was doing videos on YouTube faithfully every single Friday, rolling them out. And then I had to take a brain break from it because Instagram, YouTube, and just baking, having orders on a regular basis and work on top of that and life, it was just too much. So I had to stop. Yeah, I had to stop. But you were probably like the fifth person that's mentioned YouTube Shorts to me. So they were like, soon as you post your Instagram, just post it on YouTube and that will go another way. So I honestly have that in my books in March to start and just roll out so everything's connected together, because the same people that you think, oh no, they're going to be on Instagram. No, they don't go on Instagram. They just stay on YouTube. So I'm going to go in it in March. I really am, because I heard it's really good.
It is. Nobody's using it as much, right? So when you do post to Shorts, it tends to just get a lot of traction faster because literally everyone's on Instagram or TikTok. So YouTube's just sitting over here with their Shorts like, hey guys, we tried to copy that over here too. So you can post here too, guys. Come on. And then so if you do, it's no one's over there.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time too, when it comes to Shorts, they the engagement. People aren't trying to see 15-minute videos anymore, or even 5-minute videos. I want to see it in 30 seconds. So you have to fill it all in quick so you can keep them going. So yeah, the Shorts is the thing right now. So on my books for March, I'm listening to you and everybody else to get at it on the YouTube Shorts.
It's coming, guys. She's going to be on YouTube Shorts, but you can just go to Instagram. It's totally fine.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I get overwhelmed because I post everywhere. And to use like scheduling apps, right? I don't know if you use any scheduling apps, but.
Yeah, so I was so happy that Instagram started the advanced setting that you can already schedule it in there, because I tried the scheduling apps before and my brain felt like it was going to explode. I'm just going to be honest. And I was like, what is this? And then when Instagram started it, it helped me a lot. But a lot of people don't know how much it takes into social media. the word, and influencers, I'll be honest, I was kind of that person that was like, oh my God, influencer. But it's a lot. But it's a full-time job.
Yeah, no shit. It is a full-time job. People
and
don't,
the more
people don't
followers
get
you
it.
have, and the more followers you have, social media makes you feel like, okay, no, you have to post. If you don't post a day, you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't post a day. I got to hurry up and post something really quick, because your engagement will go down in 2.5 seconds just because you didn't post at the time that you're usually supposed to.
Mm-hmm. You got to keep up.
Like I said, customer service.
Consistency.
Honestly.
Consistency is king.
So you're on all platforms, and you make sure you do it on the scheduling?
I do, but the problem is, so most stuff you can schedule and it's fine, right? But Instagram is one of those things that, like, you really need to use the phone to do it if you want to get all the bells and whistles in, right? So if you're just posting from like Zoho Social to Instagram, well, that video needs to be completely edited and the captions, everything on it already, and so you got to do a lot of post production before you can just schedule it to post. But even when you do that, you can't collaborate, right? Because you can't go in and add the collaborators later, right?
That's so true.
You can tag people, but
that's so true.
You can't do any of the actual native things that you can do through the app. And so it forces you, Instagram wants you on their platform, right? So I'm pretty sure that's why they make sure that you can't use the computer to do any of like the real stuff either, right? Like,
right. Because they'll make it so much easier, but like you said, you have to do it from your phone. You have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep. And
that's why for everyone that's listening, it's a full-time job. It's a full-time job. You have to film all your stuff in one day, and then you have to schedule,
edit,
and post it another day, respond to emails and DMs the other day, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole situation. But I love it. That's the crazy part. I love it.
Well, I'm good. You better love it, because that's your passion.
Yes, it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you on toes, and learning technology, because I can't say I'm in that 35 and up bracket now where you're like, ooh, this technology moving a little too fast. It's moving a little. Yes, it's moving a little too fast for me. Do I have a niece and nephew that can come and help me show me something real quick? But no, like, the more you're on it, you're used to it and have understanding around it. So that's what I was saying when I tried LinkedIn or even Facebook, it was a lot for me because you have to sit and actually learn, and you're usually learning as you're going with a lot of the platforms because they're changing constantly to compete with each other and to stay current and up to date. So it's a learning process.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook's its own beast, YouTube's its own beast. They're all their own beasts, right? And you have to master each one, really, and then maintain each one, and then monitor each one, and then, it's just so much.
But we're surviving out here. We're surviving in these social media streets.
And Facebook's its own thing, right? So it's not just running on the algorithm like Instagram does, right? If you make a reel, it gets seen a little more. But like on Facebook, you really have to be part of all the groups, right? And you need to share to those groups and interact with those groups, or else, people just don't see it
at all. And Facebook, it's a lot of people on Facebook, and Facebook is. I was researching the other day, and Facebook and Instagram, it's like literally Facebook's kind of like here, like people don't know, but Facebook goes hard, and it's kind of technical. It's not the old Facebook that we knew 20 years ago. You
got to go into that business metaverse suite.
You have to. You honestly have to in order to move up in there and get your followers up. And it's crazy. Like we were talking about earlier, some people are on YouTube, some people are on Facebook, and some people are on Instagram, and some people are on LinkedIn, and they don't look at the other. So, yeah.
I do love LinkedIn just for like business. You know, it's not the Wild West on LinkedIn still. You know what I mean? Like you go on Facebook and people are talking about everything in the world, right? But LinkedIn's like the safe space where you can go and just, these are just professionals talking about professional stuff. And so you don't really run into just the riffraff, right? So LinkedIn's a safe space.
Yeah, you don't get caught up because I had to learn with Facebook and Instagram. I had to teach myself to just focus on you're going in, you're posting your content, and you're engaging with your followers, and that's it. Like log off. But then you see a pimple popping video, and then you see a cake video, and you see a construction video, and you're like, oh. And then next thing you know, 2 hours pass by, and you're like, man, I was supposed to be working on something.
Yeah, and that's why they want you to just use your phone to post.
Yep, so I had to teach myself, okay, when you go on, you post what you need to post, engage with your followers, and get out. Don't look at nothing else, just get out. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite, like an all-time, like this is the best dessert pastry that I've ever made? I can't even believe I did this.
Ooh.
A crown jewel? Do you have a crown jewel?
I've never had this question before.
No?
No, that's so funny. My favorite though is a nice gooey fudgy brownie.
I do love a good fudgy brownie.
It's classic. Yes. And also with some nuts in there. And I've learned you toast the nuts before. You just put them in the oven for a good 10 minutes. Let them toast over a little bit. And then you put it in the batter and bake it. Oh, man. It'll take you to the next level.
Gotta roast them. What kind of nuts?
Yes. I love me some walnuts in my brownies. I mean, I've tried pecans too, but I've tried pecans and they're good. But for a brownie, if I'm making it, it's walnuts all day.
You need that strong, earthy, like homey flavor. You ever tried cashews?
Yeah, and then in the brownie?
Yeah.
You've tried that before?
Yeah. It's good.
Oh, I have never.
It's not a whole lot of flavor.
Mentioned it. Well, just because you've mentioned it, I'm definitely going to try it just to see what it's like. But no, I've only done pecans and walnuts. I've never tried cashews before. I have one customer though that whatever I make, it could be macadamia nut cookies, it could be chocolate chip, it could be a sugar cookie. He always requests to put cashews, pecans, walnuts, almonds, every single nut you could think of in it. It doesn't matter what it is.
I mean, they're super healthy for you. So I guess if you're going to have a cookie, you might as well get a lot of protein and like good fats while you're at it.
Yes. And that's one person. And he's always like, load it up.
Okie dokie.
If you make it to brownies, load it up. Yeah.
This man wants the nuts and he's going to get them.
Exactly. I tasted it before. I was like, I got to taste this to see what it tastes like. And it was good. You know, like it was girthy. But I'm like, hey, everybody likes what they like. So, all right. It wasn't my cup of tea, and it wasn't bad at the same time. But hey,
he's probably
macadamia.
It's his power balls. He's just using those power bars. He's like, just make me a power bar.
Yep, that's it. That's where we're gonna leave it at.
I like to use cashews for like pesto. I know it's weird, but instead of pine nuts,
I've tasted that before, and it tastes good.
Mm-hmm. I love me some cashews.
My brother makes a good pesto, and oh my god, yeah, it tastes really good. But brownies is my ultimate favorite.
That is the crown jewel.
That's so funny. No one has ever asked me that. Crown jewel. You can't go wrong with the brownie. I mean, you can go wrong with the brownie, but if I was at a party and there was a bunch of dessert, I'm going for the brownie.
Do you ever cook with pumpkin? You ever made it like the gluten-free like pumpkin brownie?
Yes, I have, and I've also for my holiday menu. It starts, for fall time. I have this pumpkin cupcake, and it's so good. Pumpkin, brown sugar, and there's a cream cheese frosting with nutmeg and caramelized pecans on it, candy pecans. Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
yes,
I'm into that.
And that's a favorite of mine, and that just came. I was like, let me try this just to try it, and it came out good. I wrote it down, and I didn't look back with that. And that's one of the customer's favorite. It's so good
and almost healthy.
Just almost. I mean, it's considered a muffin. It's a delicacy. Okay, so it's healthy. It doesn't matter when you just put delicacy in front of it. So it's healthy regardless. It doesn't matter.
As long as it makes you happy, it's good for you.
Yes, exactly. All moderation. I tell everybody that moderation.
Moderation is key for everything. Everything in life.
Yes.
You ever gonna write us a book? We're gonna get a little Jasmine cookbook of treats anytime soon.
So yes, I have an ebook called All Things Cake that I have finished, and she's ready. We're just waiting, and we're gonna launch her probably next week or the first week of March. So I'm excited about that. It has 6 recipes in it, the 6 viral videos. And then I also added 4 of my favorites. So, of course, brownie and some other things in there. So it's 10 recipes, and I'm so excited. I never, in my wildest dreams, thought I would ever create a cookbook. And it's here. Yeah, it's here. And I'm excited. Like, I felt a lot of people would be on my feed. We're talking about social media. Hey, can you send me the recipe? I don't see the recipe. And it's right there on the page, but I get it. It's convenient. So that's where the book came into play. I was just like, I just need to make sure I have everything in one area for everybody, and they could just download it, and it's right there on the phone, and it's word by word, because sometimes we can't follow videos as fast or look at the directions, in the caption because it's small. So that's where the ebook came to life, and I'm so excited. So she'll be here next week or the week after.
By the time this airs, her book will be out, ladies and gentlemen. So you can go get it, and it's going to be called
All Things Cake.
All Things Cake by Jasmine Mitchell. So go find it. It's out there. Get it. Go baking.
Get it. Yes, and it says you will be the life of the party. So trust me, get the book because it will be good for you. But I'm telling you right now, if you go and take one of those desserts to your family member, they're going to have you on the dessert committee for the rest of your life. Every single event that they have, they're going to have you making something. I'm just going to tell you that. I mean, that's just a little shameless plug that I had to throw in there because it's that good. The recipes are that good.
Forewarned, you might be opening Pandora's box if you take these desserts to your family.
Exactly.
Just a warning. Just a warning. It should be. You need to put the warning on the book. Just be like, right, big warning.
Just put it.
May cause forced dessert making for the rest of your family occasions.
It will. So get ready.
Awesome. Have you ever thought of being a Taste-Made maker? Do you know what that is?
No, what is that?
So Taste-Made is basically trying to compete with Food Network, right? But they also have an online.
I know who they are, but I when you said maker, no, I don't know that part. But
so you can go sign up, and and if they like you, they'll approve you, and then basically you just set up little live streams that people pay you to be a part of, right? It takes a lot of work. It's a lot of work in and of itself, right? To get on there, get yourself, but they basically just give you a platform to monetize yourself and live streams of showing people how to make whatever it is that you do. And so if you're a baker, if you're a chef, if you're into, whatever food niche you're into, people can follow you there. They can subscribe to you. They can become members of you're a maker. They subscribe to you as a maker.
Wow. I truly thought like it was just staff that they had and they were like in a studio doing this.
Well, they do
so
that
it's
too.
Just people.
They do that too, but on tastemade.com, go look at, go look it up. You might find it interesting, and you just apply, and then I'm on there. I haven't made anything. I used to put the podcast up live, but their back end is just too glitchy, so I stopped. But it's
wow.
Look into it. You might enjoy it.
No, because I had the app. So, but anytime I saw it, I just thought they were in a studio doing their thing. And, just like, Food Network have their designated people. I just thought it was just like that. But when you said a maker, you're opening Pandora's box, okay?
You can go be a Tastemade maker too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
A Tastemade. J. Carmel's and Tastemade.
And then you can show people how to make that amazing peach cobbler pound cake and walk them all through it. And people will pay you, I guess. Yeah.
That's dope. Okay.
So
yeah,
we've learned things today. I've learned things.
Yeah.
You've learned things.
No, that's why I tell people all the time, just have conversation. You don't know who you're having conversation with, even if it's somebody in aisle 9 in Kroger at the grocery store. Just have a conversation because you don't know what you find out, where it's going to lead. Because, listen, we've learned a lot here. That's dope. Now, you literally have my mind going right now.
Just a whole nother social media platform for you to try to tackle, but you're welcome.
That's all. That's how I'm just going to add it to the other 10.